Hey guys, excuse me. So I was writing this longish post on this year's Oscar nominations list and was quite taken aback by that. But I mean, some things were nice, but I thought I'd share with you some of the Jake Gyllenhaal Nightcrawler awards of this year. So basically what got overlooked, what were some disappointing announcements, maybe. Yeah, so I was writing that long post and my computer overheated, so I was lazy to write that again. So here's my gut reaction to that, the Oscar announcements this year, the nominations. So overall, I was disappointed with, in terms of acting categories, that James Franco wasn't nominated. He gave a fantastic performance in The Disaster Artist, and Jennifer Lawrence, it didn't surprise me that that film, Mother, didn't get nominated, but this actress is one that the Academy obviously likes, and so similarly to Amy Adams last year, who gave 2 great performances and had a ton of nominations prior to that. Again, this year, Lawrence, who had a bunch of nominations prior to this year, gave a performance that just blew me away, and I think is her best. So that got ignored. Furthermore, in general, I think the 2 biggest overlooked films in general were probably Wind River and Blade Runner 2049. In Wind River, I was hoping to see a nomination for Jeremy Renner, who gave a subtle, brilliant performance, holding, you know, carrying the grief and the suffering that this movie's all about. And so not seeing that was a disappointment. And then Wind River also, I think, deserved a screenplay nomination. It's so well written, a brilliant dialogue, and just a very intense story that is, you know, it has you second guessing all the time, which what should be in a screenplay nomination than that. So those 2, and Blade Runner, of course, it got the sound mixing right, it got the sound editing and a bunch of the, I can't remember the other categories. I think overall maybe 4 or 5 nominations, but maybe the more let's say popular categories with the general public, such as Best Picture, Best Director. That's the biggest joke for me, is that Denis Villeneuve didn't get a Best Director nomination. And then I would have liked to see Best Score, of course. What the heck? Like that Hans Zimmer Benjamin Wallfisch score for Blade Runner. I get it that Hans Zimmer got the Dunkirk score nomination, which is also a beautiful soundtrack, but I mean, this one, you know, it encapsulates so much. It's recreating the original 30-year-old film, so it goes on that note, and then it creates a whole new atmosphere through the score, and so not to reward that is a shame. I think they could have gotten away with that easily without people getting angry, you know, and so I forget what the other nominations were, but to not see the score in there is a shame. And lastly, I think Blade Runner should have gotten at least 1 acting nomination, you know, kind of like a representative one, similarly to Willem Dafoe this year. You know, Florida Project is a fantastic film, and it was good to see that smaller film kind of get rewarded in a specific category, and that was similar to Captain Fantastic last year with Viggo Mortensen getting that. And so, you know, Blade Runner is so much more than just like, oh, a visually stunning movie. Of course it is, but it's the complete package. You know, you get brilliant performances, great cinematography, which of course got nominated. I was expecting that, and it better win for Roger Deakins. And but to get like 1 acting nomination would have been nice. I was kind of hoping Sylvia Hoeks as the role of Love would have gotten that. So those were kind of the main ones. I guess that's it. That was my reaction. there were some things, of course, that made me happy. I'm not going to talk about what maybe shouldn't have been. You know, you have those little political things going on, but I think it's cool that Get Out. I think Get Out was a very highly original film, so it's good that that's getting rewarded. I was happy with Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece getting rewarded. You know, any sort of his creation to get recognized is always a plus. And what was the? I'm trying to remember all the. What was it? Okay, I think that's about it. Oh, and of course PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson, one of my favorite directors. Haven't yet seen the film, but I already know that it'll be great. Any topic he's gonna tackle will be worth watching. So the Daniel Day-Lewis nomination's great. The directing, a nod, and I think there were two more there, probably costume design, and one other, I think maybe the original screenplay got. So that's very good. Thanks for watching, guys, and you know, let me know what your thoughts are. See ya.